When my wonderful wife Mary went into the personal care home at the beginning of 2016, she was wearing this watch. Now, I'm not sure, but I think she could still tell time. I'm not sure. Anyway, about a year after she was there, one of the nurses drew to my attention the fact that Mary seemed to be developing a bit of a rash or something around where the watch was. In other words, it was irritating her skin. So I took the watch off, and for Mary it didn't seem to make any difference. She didn't seem to notice that she wasn't wearing it anymore. In other words, she didn't miss it. And I brought it home. Now I was sort of keeping an eye on that watch, and I sort of wondered, am I going to notice when it stops? Because it was running up until just recently. I didn't see the day it stopped. I do remember, though, when it was that I changed the battery. I bought the battery at a Target store just before Target pulled out of Canada. So a couple of days ago, I'm looking at this watch and I'm holding it in my hand and I'm thinking, I better get that battery out of there before it starts to corrode. And the last time I changed the battery, it must be 3-4 years ago now, I guess, I do recall I had a real problem snapping the back on. So I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm going to do the best I can. And I was thinking, I'll bet you if I cleaned this up, possibly my daughter might like it, because it was running up until just a few days ago. Now you'll recall I said clean it up. I'm noticing that a cleaning is really all it needs. The crystal is not badly scratched. The case is in pretty good shape. But it's just, you might say, a little bit grungy. So let's see what we can do. Now I'm thinking here that it might be a real good idea if I just clean this up just a little bit before I take the back off. Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard to clean up. I don't know if I can get this watch to look like new, but I think I can make it look pretty nice. Seems to be in really good shape still. Just grungy. I soaked the bracelet and it is now completely clean. I used a little toothbrush to get in all the cracks, and then I blew everything out with compressed air. And let's see if I can get this to open completely up here. It's kind of difficult, but anyway, don't know if you can see it, but there's absolutely no grunge anywhere in the places where there is normally that sort of thing. You can see it's nice and clean. Probably as clean as new, but it is a little bit scratched. But it looks nice. Now, as for the watch case, well, it too has been completely cleaned. Now it is water resistant to, I think it said 30 meters. That's quite a bit of pressure. So I wasn't too worried about getting water inside of it. However, I did not soak it. I just used a toothbrush and sort of foamed up the soap and scrubbed all around the different areas. Anyway, it's probably 99% clean right now. I'm not too worried about taking the back off. Not too worried about dirt getting on the inside. So let's take the back off. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but just above the X in Timex, there's like a little arrow. Well, it's kind of pointing to a place where, if you're lucky, you can get something underneath and lift the back off. Now, this may not be sharp enough, and I might have to use something different, but we'll just give it a try here. And if it doesn't work, then I'll use something sharper. No, we'll use something sharper. Okay, right here. Should just very gently. There we go. Okay. The battery is almost as big as the watch. Now, in order to keep the dust out of there, I'm just going to lay the back cover over top here. There is actually little gears and everything in there because this is not a fully, what you would call solid state movement. It's got little gears to make the hands go around, so if I was to get any dust in there, it could cause problems. And I'm not gifted into cleaning that. So anyway, get a new battery for this now, and yeah, get it back together, but that's gonna have to be another day.